Guys, I am full of anger and rage with this new leak from Min-Chi Kuo because he says the 2022 iPhone SE is going to be the 2020 model, but with 5G. That's it. What is going on? I am just speechless because I am confused and just pissed off. So let's delve into this. Make sure to like and subscribe, be a part of the Buttification squad. And with that being said, let's just tuck in. So guys, when I read this leak, I became the Hulk. I turned green, I became large. I was very pissed, and I do not like this at all because I don't think this is the SE anyone wants in 2022. So a little background info, but Min-Chi Kuo himself has told us in the past that we should expect an SE sort of device with a 6.1 inch display and Touch ID built into the power button. But now, Min-Chi Kuo's like, no, scrap that, let's just keep the same phone. But of course, give them an A15 chip and 5G. I'm still confused, why is Apple doing this? Now let me explain why I do not like this idea. Number one, the design of the current SE is outdated as it is, and so Apple rehashing the same design again in 2022, which at that point will be 8 years old, is just taking things a little too far. Though I say this, and yet the iPhone SE was the second best-selling phone of 2020, and it absolutely pisses me off that Apple can sell that many phones when they're not even trying, because personally, even as an Apple sheep, I recommend people get other Android phones for the price of the SE because the outdated design and the mediocre battery life is what puts me off that device, and so I'm surprised it's the second best-selling phone of 2020. That's just absolutely insane, and I can see why Apple wants to keep milking this design because clearly people are still buying and still wanting this 4.7 inch form factor. Though I wonder how many people are buying the SE purely for the design because I'm pretty sure most are buying it for that low price and of course Touch ID. Now yes, I know that not everyone cares about the specs and having cutting edge hardware, they just need a phone that's decent and the SE is just that. But of course I think Apple does need to offer better value, especially since Android manufacturers now in 2021 are offering phones with so many flagship-like features at really low prices that I can't even begin to imagine how awesome budget Android phones will be in 2022. So yes, Apple, we deserve better. We don't need chunky bezels and a fat home button in 2022. Bring us the XR, which is at $499 right now, and just make it $399 and people will buy it and it will be amazing. You'll have tons of sales. Please don't do this catastrophic thing. But this isn't even the worst thing about this leak because, as I said, we're getting 5G. Why? Why do we need 5G in a phone with a 1,821 mAh battery? It will absolutely obliterate the battery life. It's so pointless. Apple, stop. Just stop. Like seriously, even without 5G, the iPhone SE we have right now is pretty middling when it comes to battery life, and so imagine having 5G, which of course takes a 2-hour hit with battery life on the iPhone 12, and yeah, you can imagine the iPhone SE will last for 10 minutes and then it will just die. So yeah, this is a terrible idea and a train wreck waiting to happen. Now thankfully there are a few silver linings because number one, the SE Plus we've been hearing about with of course the XR design that's not from the Stone Ages, well that could come out in 2023 with 5G and Face ID, though it might be slightly higher in price at $599, which is a tad disappointing, but at the end of the day, at least we are getting a pretty modern design. But also, one thing you might note with the iPhone SE is that Apple rarely refreshes the lineup. They only give us an SE every 4 years, and so this would be ahead of that schedule, and so there is a good chance this might not happen, or even worse, Apple might delay this SE for 2024. So imagine having the 4.7-inch design from 2014 in 2024. That would be absolutely insane, but at the same time, the sad part is I can kind of see that happening. I mean, this is the same company that got rid of the charging brick in the box that costs literal pennies to make. So yes, Apple's clearly gonna save as much money as they can, and so reusing this dreadful design again does unfortunately seem pretty plausible, and I guess I just have to sit here and accept it and be upset and just be sad. Timothy, you've just let me down. The only thing I have left to say is don't buy it. This is by far one of the worst deals in tech ever if it materializes, so please, for the love of God, don't make this another top seller, because that will just make me lose faith in humanity as a whole. Anyways, tell me in the comments below, are you interested in buying this 5G powered SE? The answer better be no, and so just tell me your dream specs for a future SE model. And on that note, thank you for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe. Be a part of the Buttification squad. Check out the video in the icon above about some tidbits on the iPhone 13 that might interest you. And on that note, I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya, peeps.